It's a strange thing. You see a business with a fantastic product, customers who love them, but for some reason, they just hit an invisible ceiling. They stop growing. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why that happens to so many businesses, and more importantly, what you can do to make sure yours is built to scale. All right, let's get into it. So let's just start with a really honest question. Is your business an asset, or is it just a job that you can't quit? You know the feeling. You're the first one there, the last to leave. If you take a vacation, you spend the whole time checking your phone, worried that everything's going to fall apart without you. If that hits a little too close to home, then you are in exactly the right place. So, where does this feeling come from? Well, most of the time, it comes from something we call the founder's trap. And it's this constant battle between working in your business, doing the day-to-day tasks, putting out fires, and working on your business, which is actually building the systems that allow it to grow beyond you. And this difference in mindset is absolutely everything. On one side, you've got the self-employment mindset. This is where the founder is the hero, right? They handle everything, they have all the answers, it feels good, it feels productive, but it's a trap. On the other side, though, is the scalable business mindset. And here, your job isn't to do all the work. Your job is to design the machine, the systems, and the team that does the work for you. Here's the hard truth of it all. When you're stuck in that self-employment mode, your business can only grow as big as you are. I mean, there are only 24 hours in a day, right? Your personal time, your energy, your ability to juggle all those tasks, that becomes the ultimate bottleneck. Your company's revenue is literally capped by your personal capacity. And when a business tries to grow without these systems in place, it doesn't lead to some big success story, it just leads to chaos. Let's talk about some of the symptoms because I bet you'll recognize a few of them. At the absolute core of this chaos is something called founder's syndrome. It starts from a good place, from passion, but it's that urge to control every little thing, to micromanage every task because deep down, you believe no one can do it as well as you can. And that single belief, that instinct, is the biggest thing holding your business back. And the fallout from this? Oh, it's real. Your best team members, they get frustrated because they can't take true ownership, and eventually they leave. That's high turnover. Every single decision has to run through you, creating these huge bottlenecks where nothing gets done. And while you're busy running around putting out all these little fires, you're missing out on the huge opportunities that could actually grow the business. It just stagnates. Just think about it for a second. If the entire process for making a sale or handling a customer complaint or delivering your service, if all of that only exists inside your head, what happens when you get overwhelmed or when you hire somebody new? You can't just download your brain into theirs. Chaos isn't just a possibility, it becomes the default way you operate. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. But what's the solution? How do you actually build that bridge to get from the chaos you're living in now to the clarity you desperately need? Well, the answer, my friend, is the power of systems. And this right here is the light bulb moment for so many founders. The answer isn't to work more weekends or to just grind harder. The solution is to step back and actually build the machine. And the nuts and bolts of that machine are your standard operating procedures, or SOPs for short. And the path to get there is actually pretty straightforward. It's a simple 3-step process. First, you document your key processes. How do we do what we do? From sales to operations to delivery. Second, once you have that playbook, you can finally delegate with real confidence. And third, you empower your team to run the place, which frees you up to think about the big picture. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, that sounds great, but it also sounds like a ton of work. And you're right, it can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, you don't have to figure it all out alone. Having an expert guide can completely change the game, which is why I want to introduce you to someone who lives and breathes this stuff. Let me introduce you to Aadesh Navade. He's a consultant, and his entire focus is helping business owners do exactly what we've been talking about, break free from the founder's trap and build businesses that are not just bigger, but truly sustainable and scalable. And what's really cool is his background. He's not just some MBA with theories from a book. He's also a civil engineer, so he literally thinks in terms of building strong, durable structures. And when you combine that with being a PMP-certified project management expert, well, you get someone who treats business growth like an engineering project, with a solid blueprint, clear processes, and a plan for flawless execution. His approach tackles the 3 pillars you absolutely have to get right. First is the knowledge, how to create those systems so your business runs like a well-oiled machine. Second is the manpower, how to build and truly empower a team you can count on. And third is the money, the strategies you need for sustainable funding to actually fuel all that growth. It's the whole package. So when you follow this path, something really powerful happens. You stop thinking about your business as just a job, and you start seeing it for what it truly can be, a valuable, scalable asset. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The whole point of all of this is to transform your business from a job you can't leave into a scalable asset that works without you. That is the true definition of a successful business. And this is what it's all about. Let's be honest, you probably started your business for freedom, right? Financial freedom, freedom over your time. Well, systems are the key that unlocks that original dream. They turn your business from a prison that needs you 24/7 into the vehicle for the very freedom you wanted in the first place. So, the last question is for you. Now that you see the trap and you see the path out of it, are you ready to stop being the bottleneck? Are you ready to start building a business that can actually run itself? If you're nodding your head right now and the answer is yes, then getting an expert guide is the smartest next step you can take. This is exactly the kind of sustainable, scalable, and innovative consultancy that Aadesh Navade offers. And it's super easy to get in touch with him. The easiest way? Just Google his name, Aadesh Navade. You'll find his LinkedIn, his YouTube, everything. We've also put his direct contact info up on the screen. Seriously, that first step toward building a real asset for your future, it's just one conversation away.